you can't ride them like anywhere in the States.
That's what they think.
How are you going to ride an elephant?
I have my ways.
You're going to climb an elephant?
Me and the elephants are going to be BFFs. They're going to recognize that the second that I walk up, and they're going to wrap me up in their trunk, and they're going to accept me.
You can tell that you watch Disney a lot.
I am going to be a Disney elephant princess.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Rant Files. I'm Nick, and this is my lovely wife and co-host, Miranda.
Hello.
She's going this episode completely blind and doesn't know what any of the topics are. So I don't know if this is the same everywhere, but here in Colorado, our kids are about to start summer break. Mm-hmm. And there are usually mixed feelings about the transition. How are you feeling about it? Are you ready for it?
I'm like, I don't know. I'm always 50-50 about summer. I'm looking forward to not having to rush out of the house first thing in the morning to get them to school. I'm not looking forward to them being up my ass all day long because they're going to be. But it is going to be nice, I guess, to like try and get out and do stuff. That's the plan. So I'm trying to be optimistic about it.
I guess the idea is that there's less screen time
during the school year?
No, during summer, like
for like
not so dependent on screen time.
Oh yeah, that's why we need to go do stuff.
Yeah, like get out. I mean, Colorado Springs is like the place to do that.
Exactly. Like I've already got a mental list going of places that we're gonna go. And then when I went to that birthday party, there was a mom telling me about that zoo pass. Yeah. And she was
Cheyenne.
she was like, oh my God, we use it all the time. And sometimes like I'll just take the kids and be like, let's just go grab some lunch and then we'll go eat at the zoo and then maybe go see a few animals. And when the kids decide that they're ready to go, we leave.
That's fair.
And she's like, because we have the zoo pass, I don't feel guilty about like not seeing everything because like once you pay for that zoo pass and you go twice, it's already paid for itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what it says on the website anyway.
Okay.
So I think obviously you have to like look at the calculations on it. Well, I looked into it a long time ago. Okay. Like the first time that we were going to go to the zoo, I was looking into it, but then I was like, okay, realistically,
I think you brought this
how
up
often
to me
are we going to go? Because I've always just had it in my head, like when you go to the zoo, it's an all day event. Like I've never lived anywhere where we just have a zoo right there. So it's always been an all day event. So that's why fair. I just always was like stuck in that mentality. So when she said that, I was like, you dumbass bitch. I mean, you've got everything right here in your backyard and you're thinking like everything's going to be a day trip.
Yeah. But I mean, I suppose, I don't know. I kind of get it because like, that's just what you've known. Whenever we've gone to the zoo before, it's always been an all day activity.
It's always been at least an hour and a half away. Yeah. So it's not like it never makes sense for us to just go and see a couple animals and then come back.
I mean, to be fair, even here, it's going to take a minute to get up there. But like,
well, yeah, but I'm saying
not as bad.
It's not like, I think even the closest one was maybe when we lived in Kansas and we went to the, Topeka Zoo?
Was it Topeka or was it?
Yeah, Topeka is closer than Kansas City.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking of. Was Kansas City. Okay. Topeka.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But so ever since we had that, it was literally like one of those glass shattering moments. She was explaining to me how she's like, we'll just load up and do all this. And she's like, girl, I don't plan ahead for this shit. We'll just go. And she's like, if you have the zoo pass, like sometimes they'll have tickets still the day of and you can just go. Okay. And I was like, I thought you had to go or like get your tickets ahead of time.
Well, I think if you have the pass, you already have like your
exactly. So I was like just all these things that I'm like, I had no idea that this fucking pass worked this way. So I'm about to go buy one.
Yeah. A pretty cool concept is like you could, because most, I don't know, I don't remember that zoo specifically, but I know most zoos have like their sections, like the safari and the, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do.
It'd be kind of cool to like divvy it up into like sections. Like this week we're going to go to this, like the safari, right?
Yeah.
And we'll just walk around that in one area for an hour or two.
Do you want to hear the best part?
Sure.
She said
elephants.
She said that she fed the elephants. Yeah. And I was like, I'm about to be at honestly at the elephants. I'm about to be at that zoo every fucking day until I
God.
get to feed some elephants. And you know what I'm going to do when I get to feed one? I'm going to touch it. Pet an elephant.
God, I'm surprised. I've been trying to find a way you can ride an elephant, but it seems like in the States, I mean, somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but like I haven't been able to find it.
I don't think you're supposed
I don't
to
think you
do
can. I think that's like a
yeah.
safari thing. I don't think like you can do that in the States.
Yeah.
Because I think there's liability attached to
think
it.
so.
Because it's a fucking elephant, obviously, right? It's like riding a horse, but
I would risk it. I rode a camel once. I'd ride an elephant.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. That's a huge difference, but
I'm telling you.
But I mean, we're going
when we
to
go-
the Nebraska Zoo in a couple of weeks. I got that elephant experience or whatever, but still, like you can't. There may be feeding, maybe I don't know, but you can't ride them like anywhere in the States.
That's what they think.
I don't. How you gonna ride an elephant?
I have my ways.
You're gonna climb an elephant?
Me and the elephants are going to be BFFs. They're going to recognize that the second that I walk up, and they're going to wrap me up in their trunk, and they're going to accept me.
You can tell that you watch Disney a lot.
I am going to be a Disney elephant princess.
Oh, God.
I don't need all the other animals. Just give me the
Oh,
elephants.
goodness. Is there anything that you're looking forward to or even dreading as far as summer break goes?
Definitely. I always dread the summer heat. That's for sure.
That's true, yeah.
So that's one thing that like I already know that when we go out and do stuff, we're still going to have to get up early to do it to beat the heat.
sun, yeah.
So like that's
But it's not super humid here, which is nice.
exactly.
But we are, they say we're closer to the sun, which sounds fucking crazy, but like it's a legit thing.
It is. It
Like,
hurts
yes.
sometimes. Yeah. So that is one thing I forgot that I was planning on like trying to find a hat or something, because that's always my issue is like my face feels like I feel like a piece of bacon.
You should get one
Just
of those,
sizzling.
what are they? The umbrella hats?
I should.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I thought about getting a visor. I think I have one. Wait, didn't I
visor.
buy one?
I don't think a visor. I think
Oh.
I would make fun of you pretty hard. If
I
had a
think you
visor.
did. Didn't I buy one when
Probably.
we went to the state fair?
You're talking about the big one.
No, the one that just
black
has
one.
the thing that comes out like this.
I don't think so.
That's the big, like the fancy
Oh, the black one. I think you're talking about.
hat. Yeah, didn't I buy a visor?
I don't know where you got that, but
I thought that was at the state fair.
but no, I know
I gotta
the
find
one of the times we went to the state fair, you got that wraparound one. But like,
I got the hat with the biggest rim I could find
but
because
it was
so hot.
hot.
I didn't even care. I knew I looked ridiculous.
But still,
I still have that hat in my closet.
yeah.
I don't give a shit.
you could always wear that,
Yeah.
especially to like the zoo.
It's one of those like kind of fancy looking hats.
Whatever, you can be fancy, you can pretend.
You almost need like a summer dress or
Oh,
something
God.
to wear with it. Like that's how it looks.
Yeah, that's true. Is there anything else you're dreading as far as like the kids specifically for summer?
I mean, yeah, just trying to find stuff to keep everybody occupied.
Yeah.
And then also, I know that once I get them in the routine of doing something every day, I have to keep doing something every day.
They're going to come to expect it.
I know. Every morning, as soon as I wake up, it's going to be, are we going anywhere? Are we going anywhere today? Where are we going today? What time are we going? Should I start
Probably.
getting ready? Are we going to go right now?
And they're going to get bored pretty quickly too.
I know.
But we'll get into that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, because of this transition, I felt it appropriate to make this week's theme summer break.
Yeah.
So our rant or rave, and maybe it's not that bad segments, will be summer break related. But before that, it's time for our first time on the asshole.
Yes.
So this story is titled, "Am I the asshole for not telling my parents I was hospitalized for a week to prove a point?"
Jesus, okay.
I live in another city while my parents, both in their late 50s, still live in my hometown. We actually have a really good relationship overall. I usually fly home every Christmas, we talk often, and there's no major family drama. But there's one thing about them that has driven me and everyone else in our family insane for years. They are completely careless with their phones. They'll leave their phones in another room all day, leave them on silent by accident, or forget to charge them so the battery dies for an entire day. Sometimes I'll call 5 or 6 times before someone finally answers hours later. I've talked to them about it many times because they don't have a landline, so their cell phones are literally the only reliable way to reach them. Yes, I understand they come from an older generation and aren't exactly tech savvy. They didn't grow up attached to phones the way younger people did. but they're not that old. And I still feel like if your cell phone is your only form of communication, you should at least keep it charged and within hearing distance. I've told them things like, what if there's an emergency? Or what if someone urgently needs to contact you? They always brush it off and act like I'm overreacting. Last month, I got severe food poisoning and ended up hospitalized for a week.
Jesus.
It wasn't life-threatening, but I was pretty miserable. While I was in the hospital, I tried calling both of them multiple times over 2 days. No answer. One phone was dead. The other apparently was left somewhere in the house. At that point, I got frustrated and honestly just gave up trying. Now, to be fair, I could have contacted my aunt who lives near them, and she absolutely would have told them. But after years of this same issue, I decided not to. Part of me thought maybe this is the only way they'll finally understand why people keep their phones accessible. Yesterday, I was talking to my mom on the phone and casually mentioned, oh yeah, last month I was hospitalized for food poisoning for about a week. She completely freaked out and got really angry that I never told them. I explained that I did try to contact them repeatedly, but they didn't answer. She said I still should have called my aunt because this was an emergency. I admitted that I could have done that, but I intentionally didn't because I wanted them to finally realize how irresponsible they were with their phones. That made her even angrier. She said I used my hospitalization to prove a point and scared them unnecessarily. My dad thinks we're both being stubborn. I honestly didn't think it was that huge of a deal since I recovered fine and it wasn't life-threatening. But now I'm wondering if I took the lesson too far. So again, am I the asshole for not telling my parents I was hospitalized for a week to prove a point?
No, I think it's honestly best that they learn their lesson this way when you have like more control in the situation versus say like you were in a car accident and they just, call mom, no answer, call dad, no answer. And maybe you're one of those people who doesn't like call their aunt fucking Sandy or something, and she's just in there as Sandy. So they don't know to contact Aunt Sandy. So maybe they
like
just
first responders?
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I'm saying. That, they're trying to go down the list. They're not going to call every single person. Not everybody's going to have the time for that. So you could have been in a car accident and laying in the hospital in a coma as Jane Doe because nobody knows who you are and your mom and dad aren't answering their phone. So
I think that's a great point.
The way I see it, I think that this was probably the easier way for them to learn their lesson. I think that you could have told them earlier than a month later, but that's your business.
Okay.
It is what it,
I have comments on that one, but
I'd probably because I'd forget about it, but I'd probably wait that long too. But yeah, I don't think that you're the asshole here. You've tried telling them like, what if something happens to me, or maybe you haven't even said what if something happens to me or like whatever. But as a parent, that's something that I would always be concerned about. Like if I'm living in a different city from my kids, I'd be like, I still want to make sure that I can get in touch with them if they ever need me or if I ever need them. So I agree. I think it's irresponsible that they just leave their phones all over the place, unplugged.
Okay. I think we're both missing something very, very important in the story because I missed it the first time going through it as well. And then I didn't realize it's full transparency. I didn't realize it until after I started reading the comments and I was like, oh shit, that's true.
Okay.
So to go off your point of why'd you wait so long and stuff like that, and including some of the other stuff that you said, I want to say this again. While I was in the hospital, I tried calling both of them multiple times over 2 days. No answer. And then I'll jump down to the conversation. Where was that? Was it about a month later, I thought it was? Oh, yeah. Last month, I was hospitalized for food poisoning for about a week. So there's a huge gap in the story, right? You saw me call your phone multiple times, both of your phones, multiple times. There's a month gap here.
Yeah, exactly.
Why didn't? So I would argue that I wouldn't have said anything because you never fucking called back.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like that's something that I missed of the story.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, that's true. Like if there's a bunch of if you really care, right? Not to say that these parents don't care, but I think it's very dare I say, negligent, maybe?
I mean,
because like your child, you say that. Oh, another thing too that I want to say that I found funny before I started reading the comments. She said I used my hospitalization to prove a point and scared them unnecessarily. That's scared who? You didn't fucking know.
And what do you mean unnecessarily? You were still in the hospital. Like, what?
You didn't find out until a month later.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Who was scared?
Yeah, there's so much.
You were so scared that you didn't call back from a bunch of missed calls from your child.
Yeah.
Like this is behavior that is.
I mean,
it doesn't look great.
Yeah, if I was her, I would certainly feel neglected by my parents. I would definitely be like, okay, well, they don't give a fuck, so I'm not going to call them the next time something happens. So
you heard it as a female?
Oh, is it not? Did they say?
No. This happens every story.
Oh, okay.
I guess read it as a male.
Because I just internalize
you read it as a female.
Yeah,
every time.
I think that's
I thought it was
probably
a male.
just what it is.
That's so funny.
But yeah.
But no, they don't specify.
I still don't think you're wrong. Not at all. I would have done the same thing. I mean, I have.
Well, I mean, this behavior is not to get too in the weeds with this one, but this behavior is completely fucking unacceptable.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
If my child calls me and like I don't respond at all for days or a month and all those missed calls, anything could have happened. Your scenario that you threw out there could have easily happened.
Yeah.
And you just didn't call for a month.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking
what I'm saying.
Wild. What is your verdict?
Not the asshole at all.
Overall, Reddit verdict would disagree. No, I'm just kidding. It was not the asshole.
I was about to say, what the fuck?
So the first comment was not the asshole. Tell your mother maybe next time it will be important that you get in contact with one of them as soon as possible, and you won't have the time or opportunity to keep trying again and again, or to call your aunt to go to them and wait for them to finally contact you, which is exactly what you said. Mm-hmm. Late 50s is not that old, for fuck's sake. They are just irresponsible, not the asshole in the slightest. It isn't your responsibility to try to hunt them down when there's a perfectly reasonable way to reach them that they don't care enough to keep track of.
Yes, I totally fucking forgot that that's what I was going to say. Is like, why is it everybody's responsibility to come and fucking find you when there's something going on? Because they're like, oh, if you can't get in touch with us, then call, what did I call her? Call Aunt Sandy and she'll come and find us. What if Aunt Sandy is busy?
Yep.
What if she's out of town? Then what?
But I think the core concept there is a really
why do people have to keep hunting you down?
I am not going to hunt you down.
Yeah,
I will call once and that's it. If you don't fucking answer, that's fine. But as soon as you look at your notifications, you're gonna see the missed call.
Yes.
So like,
yeah, no, I just totally that like popped in my head. I forgot I was gonna say that in my original spiel.
The only ADHD, ladies and gentlemen. The only, I guess, I don't know if you want to say caveat, or the only, I guess, acceptable, I guess, reason, I guess, for lack of a better word, is if it goes straight to voicemail, because then the phone's dead or something like that. You may not get the notification, or something may happen, or whatever, right? So that's the only reason that I personally would call more than once, because then if your phone's maybe like, I don't know, you're on a call, whatever the case may be, right? If the call doesn't go through, I can't fault you entirely. Mm-hmm. But if that call goes through, I know there's going to be a notification on that motherfucker. Yeah. So, like, I'm not going to blow up your phone. Like, you know what I mean?
I think for me, 3 is always the magic number. So I'll call you up to 3 times. And if you don't call me back. Yeah, because like one time, what if maybe I'm like, oh, maybe it didn't work. And then the second time I'll be like, okay, well, I don't know. And then maybe I'll wait like 10 minutes and then I'll call again. And then I'll be like, fine, fuck you forever. And then I'll never call you again.
Maybe it didn't work.
Yeah.
But it rang. Oh, okay. You're pretty.
Well, 3 times. 3 strikes.
You're a better man than I, because I don't.
It really is dependent on the person. Some
that's
people
true.
I don't care to give that many tries.
That's fair.
But obviously in this scenario, that would be my limit. After 3 times, I'd be like, you're fucking dead to me.
Also, I think another factor there is not only who it is, but how negligent they are.
That's what I was going to say.
These people, you're not getting a second try, third try, fourth try. No, I'm just calling you once and that's fucking it. I'm not calling Aunt, what is it, Sandy? No.
I love
No.
how we just named her.
No. Absolutely fucking not. Not doing it. And I always come back to, I keep coming back to it. This is a huge gap of time.
Yeah.
A month.
Yeah.
And we're just having this conversation.
Exactly.
You could have found out when you fucking called me back when I was still in the hospital because I was in that motherfucker for a week.
That's true.
Just saying.
That's true. You really should have found out on day 3 of me being in the hospital, but it's on you. And
also, OP starts by saying that they talk regularly, I want to say.
Yeah, that's what...
We talk often. So I'm assuming, I usually fly home every Christmas. We talk often and there's no major family drama. I find that interesting because I'm assuming day 1, right, of being in the hospital, you called them. Okay. For 6 days, you didn't talk?
I don't know what their definition of often is. I guess that varies.
Once a month, apparently.
By how...
When their phone's charged.
Often they
when they come across their phone walking around the house.
I guess.
Oh, hey.
When they find it and it just so happens to be charged. That's how they...
God, how awful. I think I have one more. Did you have something?
No,
okay.
Go ahead.
The last one was not the asshole. In a true emergency, you shouldn't have to, nor may there be time to call several different people and have someone go to their house to let them know. If they turn on their phones and saw multiple missed calls, why didn't they reach out? I understand not being constantly plugged in. I'm older than your parents. But there is a certain measure of personal responsibility when it comes to being accessible in the event of an emergency. If you want to be informed in the case of an emergency, you need to be reachable. Which is exactly what you said. I think mom just doesn't like that you were able to prove your point and you didn't scare them unnecessarily. They weren't even aware.
No, not at all.
Exactly. Now you're just pissed off because I absolutely proved my point.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
Let's not make a you problem a fucking we problem. Yeah.
I don't know. You're going to have to stay mad about that one, I guess.
Go ahead and stay salty, mom. All right, let's get into some rant or rave. You know the deal. You get 4 choices, and we'll see which ones you want to rant or rave about. And we're back to our summer break theme.
Ooh.
This week, we got getting the I'm bored after 3 days, endless snack requests, parents turning into Uber drivers, kids sleeping until noon.
Sometimes I wish my kids slept till noon.
Rant or rave? You want to start from the top?
Sure. What was the first one? That I'm bored?
Getting the I'm bored after 3 days.
Yeah, I already know it's coming. It is what it is. I don't know.
Is it a rant or rave for you?
I mean, I guess it's probably more of a rant, but I'm definitely more of a go find something to do then type of parent, not like, oh, well, what do you want to do? Like sometimes I'll be like, well, do you want to go do something or blah, blah, blah. But there's definitely a lot of times where I'm like, well, I'm busy, so you're going to need to go figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
true. Go be bored. It's fine. It's good for your imagination.
That's true. See, maybe that's when, I mean, that's kind of, I'm 50-50 on it because if you're bored of the screen, I'm kind of not mad at it because then you'll go do something else.
Well, that's what I was going to say too, is usually we'll get like the sprinkler. I'll just have it set up, or at least like Malachi knows how to set it up himself and everything. So when they start with that, I'm like, go outside.
Yeah, I guess.
Just go outside. Go run in the sprinkler. I don't care. Leave me alone.
We're in a drought, so.
It'd be good for the grass. I'm just kidding. No, it really was very expensive to have them play in the sprinkler last year, so we're probably not going to do that this year.
What I was thinking of is like writing or drawing or stuff like that, because our oldest is kind of dabbling in that, and he's getting into like writing, not like full books or anything, but like short stories and stuff. He's getting into drawing, coloring, stuff like that. So I feel like, I don't know, I lean kind of more towards, now that we're talking through it, I kind of lean more towards a rave for me because it breeds creativity.
Yeah.
Right? Because then if you're bored with the PlayStation, good. Go fucking do something else.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I can't entertain you. I don't get a summer break.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't, every time you say you're bored, and like
I can't just get up and go.
I try to not say no, right, as much as possible. But during summer break, you have to have your limits because I still have shit to do.
Exactly.
We got 1,000 things going on right now, and like I can't break off every second of the day.
Yeah. That's definitely where it's a tough spot for me too, because they're usually like, I feel like they're so used to me always having like the time to go do stuff with them.
Yeah.
So in the more recent years when I've had to be like, I'm like doing, like I'm busy.
Yeah.
I can't go right now. And then they're just like, well, why? Like, you always went before, or we always did this and that. And I'm like, well, I have a lot more shit going
I don't know if you
now.
said it on the mic or maybe we said it. I know we talked about it a bunch off the mic. But you have this concept of, maybe you said it this episode, I'm not sure. But you have this concept of you want to go out the door first thing and do something fun with the kids during summer break.
Yeah,
right?
I said it here.
And I think that is a great way to combat that, right? Because then like, you're still going to say no throughout the day because they're always going to want more. But at least like the first thing you do is you do something fun with them, get them out of the house, get them, you know what I mean? And that way, like it kind of sets them up for the day. Obviously, they're still going to come up and talk. But
I figure like let's go out and maybe go do a walk or go to the park or something, get them nice and tired.
Yeah,
we'll get them ready to just like sit for a little bit and then I can come home and get
sets
some work
the tone
done.
for the day because then I think they're going to very quickly get bored without doing that. So I think that sets the tone for the day.
Yeah. So I've been trying to think of like different places that we can go, just so we're not walking like the same trails all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's also like what am I looking for? Like there's things that happen at the library and stuff. Yeah, like events, I guess. Yeah. And then also, did you see that Dion's is doing that like pizza, kind of like what Pizza Hut used to do back in the day? Yep. Yeah, so Nigel was like, I'm going to read 10 books. And I was like, fuck yeah, you are. We're going to the library.
Do it. There you go.
So
that's good. I think it not only sets the tone for the day, but like you had said, again, I think you said it this episode, but it beats the heat.
Yes.
So it's like, two birds, one stone kind of scenario.
That's the biggest thing.
It's perfect, Instead of like starting your day working and then stopping halfway to take a break and do something with the kids and everything. Like not only does it not set the tone, but like now you're going out and like.
Yeah, well, it's also hard when I'm like in the middle of my shit to just step away and then, not be like, I need to go finish what I was working on. I hate doing that.
That's the worst thing that you can do for like productivity is like when you're on a roll, and I know you have a very hard time with this, but if you're on a roll and like you have to stop for whatever reason, that roll is fucking gone.
Yeah.
You're not coming back to it. Try again tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't like it one bit. I'll literally go sit back down at my computer and be like, fuck this shit. Yep. I don't even remember where I left
Let's go back to the park.
Yeah, I don't know. In the middle of a bunch of formulas and shit. And I'm like, I don't know where I am.
That's fair. What about endless snack requests?
It is what it is. I put the snacks where they can reach them, so they ask me for less.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's fair. Yeah. But they go through so many snacks.
So many snacks. Well, we always have like our beginning of the summer chat where I'm like, hey, I'm still going grocery shopping one time a week. Oh, yeah. You still need to ration your shit. Yeah. I'm going grocery shopping on Friday. If you finish everything by Sunday, you will be out until next Friday.
I think that's a powerful lesson, though, is that you have to let them fail sometimes. And this is one of the scenarios where you have to let them just fail, right? Yep. So if we go shopping on Friday, for example, right? And then they're out, like you had said, by Sunday. I'm not going to go replace that snack. You're going to learn from this, and then I will get you more on Friday. That's the most
And that's what I always tell them, too, that they're like, oh, well, we're out of this. And I'm like, well, add it to the grocery list. What do you want me to do about it right now? Exactly. I already went to the grocery store.
That is like, that's reinforcement that you don't want to put in them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
because I'm like,
they'll just go get us more.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I hate having to run to the grocery store when I run out of stuff or I forget stuff. It's so inconvenient.
What is with that though? Like it's such an easy task, but I hate it so much. It's like this morning after the gym, I had to go to Safeway and grab a few things. And it was just like, it annoyed me. Because like we just went shopping. Why am I fucking doing this again? Yeah. I don't know why, but it's a simple task. It takes like 5 minutes.
It's annoying as shit. Anytime I go grocery shopping and I don't get everything on my list, I'm like, I already fucking know I gotta come back out. God damn it. I get so mad. That's why when I get home, I'm like, well, they didn't have this. They didn't have this. I only got enough of this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, because I know I'm already like counting down the days that I'm going to have to go back to the fucking grocery store and see if they restocked. Probably didn't. And then I have to go to a different grocery store. And that's even more fucking annoying. You want to know why? Because for some reason, all the Safeways can't be set up the same way. Why? I don't know. Every single store you go to, all the fucking aisles are different. So I can't just be like, okay, I'm going to run in. I'm going to go grab this thing. I know exactly where it is. I got to sit there and be like, and then half the time that shit's not even right. I I hate going to the grocery store.
I think we need to put #triggered on this episode. But now that you mention it, which is funny because no store does that. Best Buy, Safeway, there is no like, there's no
like, why
standard.
are you all trying to be unique?
There's no standard. I think we need to move on.
The more I think about it, the more annoyed I get.
Oh, God. What about parents turning into Uber drivers? What do you think?
I'm already an Uber. Nothing's changing.
I suppose, but even more so, like, I guess like our kids don't really dive into this, but the example that I have is like the Rant is camps, sleepovers, sports, pool trips. The car never stops moving. That kind of thing.
Our kids don't want to fucking go anywhere. They want to stay home.
Well, I mean, sometimes they don't want to do those specific things, but they still want to go out and like, you know, go swimming or go to.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm
whatever.
saying is like that's nothing new.
Yeah,
that's no change in comparison to the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
I'm already shuffling them around to wherever they need to go.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point. I guess there's no change for you.
No, not at all.
What about kids sleeping until noon? I know ours don't do this, but what are your thoughts?
I mean, sometimes I was one of those kids, so
Absolutely, especially the
I can't
summer?
like shit on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially the older that I got, I was definitely sleeping later because I was out partying the night before. So yeah, I think it depends on like what you've got going on. If they're just like bumming around doing nothing all day and like sleeping half the day away, then I can see where you'd be like, get up and do something. But I mean, if like say they're working or something, I don't know, then maybe they're just tired.
Yeah.
I
guess my thing would be, I guess if I were to, I guess my rave for it would be if they're like, say they're up super late doing something creative.
Yeah.
They're like doing short stories or they're like drawing or something like that. Next thing they know, it's, 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't be angry at that because you were doing something creative and like you were enjoying it so much that you didn't want to go to sleep. Like,
yeah,
I'm not going to judge that for a fucking second.
No.
But if you're just, you go to sleep at 9 o'clock at night and then you're sleeping till noon.
And be like, we need to take you to the doctor. Are you well?
You need to get up. Like you need to do something. You know what I mean? So that's the difference for me.
I mean, usually my cutoff is like 9. So I mean, maybe
Absolutely.
sometimes if I'm like into something, it'll go to like 9:30, maybe 10. That's like the absolute latest. But
it's usually 9.
Yeah, usually I'll just be like, it's 9 o'clock, get up.
Yeah.
And even then, sometimes if he'll come up and he's like, oh my God, I was up late doing this and I like didn't go to sleep until blah, blah, blah. Then I'll be like, well, take a nap if you're tired. I don't know. But like, go wash your face, brush your teeth. And like,
I mean,
or
fair.
Because that's usually what it is. Or sometimes he'll be like if we're eating dinner, he'll be like, oh, I'm going to pull an all-nighter. And I'll kind of try and take a mental note of that. But then, I'll try and see like when we go up to go to bed and we check on them. Yeah, he's always asleep. So I'm like, I'm going to wake him up at the normal time. But if he ever is up and I know that he's up after we go to bed, then I will give him a little bit more time because I'm like, oh, I like to sleep too. It's summer, so
exactly. That's the biggest thing.
Especially if I'm like, I don't have anything for us to do, or like if I'm feeling lazy, then I'm just like, just sleep.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, especially if we're sleeping in.
Yeah.
But like I don't remember the last time I slept till noon. Like I have no idea.
I don't remember the last time I slept that late and I wasn't ill.
Well, yeah.
Or I hadn't been up with a baby all night.
Exactly.
Like it's been a really long time since I slept until noon.
And like I hate sleeping half my day away anyways, because like
I know. I would immediately be pissed if I woke up and it was noon.
I got shit to do.
Yeah. Like I don't like waking up early, but I don't like sleeping the day away either. I just like waking up on my own terms. It'd be great if it was early and I was well rested.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
It could be if I did more to make it happen.
Your 1,000
I'm
alarms.
doing it to myself. It's
God.
true. I know.
All right, time for our next Am I the Asshole? So this story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Calling My Daughter's Assorted Boyfriends Baskin Robbins?
What?
Last time I posted here, this starts a little different. It's like I guess he posted something about his son before, and he does like a recap, and then it goes into the story. But I'm just gonna cover the whole thing, right?
Okay.
So last time I posted here, it was concerning my son Kevin, and to be honest, a lot of you gave really good advice. I'm very, very glad to report that Kevin not only got out of that toxic relationship in the end, but he ended up joining the Army. Did a lot of growing up, and honestly, so did I. And he and I have a very close relationship, and he calls me constantly for dad advice. I couldn't be more proud of him and the man he's become. Now, on to the current situation. My youngest daughter, 17 female, we'll call her Sarah, has a Disney princess-style romantic side to her. She wants her fairy tale relationship, and like J.G. Wentworth, she wants it now. Admittedly, she has the example that my wife and I set for her. We have an absolutely wonderful marriage. My wife is my best friend, and the house is always full of laughter. The problem is she wants that at 17, which I have tried to tell her is not a realistic expectation. This desire has led to a string of pseudo boyfriends over the last 2 years. Don't ask me for a count because I honestly don't know. It was enough that I had made a comment to my wife that until one of them actually has 2 brain cells to rub together and stick around, I'm not going to learn their names. And they're all going to be Baskin Robbins to me since they're the flavor of the week. Now, I love and adore my daughter. Could have fooled me. She's incredibly sweet, kind, and has an absolutely manic, goofy side to her. She often reminds me of, I don't know who this person is, I'm sorry, Gilda Radner during her SNL stint. But in a matter of the heart and actual love, she has no experience because of her age. And any conversation with her regarding it ends with some variation of, "You just don't understand, Dad," being thrown out. To my mom and dad, if you ever read this, I'm genuinely sorry for everything I put you through as a teenager. I told my Baskin Robbins joke to a friend of mine recently, and she got visibly heated and said I was an asshole for this, saying it made my daughter out to be some kind of yeah.
I thought you were going to say a hussy.
There you go. You know, that word, which absolutely blindsided me. I've always viewed the joke as a reflection on the teenage male experience, not my daughter. That's important to point out. So Reddit, I leave it to you. Am I the asshole for calling my daughters assorted boyfriends? Baskin Robbins. Careful now. This is a man talking about his daughter. Careful now.
I understand both points of view. It is funny. It is funny. I'll give you that. However,
comma. Here we go.
It does paint your daughter in a certain light. So maybe don't use that joke outside of your house.
Flavor of the week.
Yeah.
7th one this week.
I don't think you should. I don't think you should tell any more people that. It's funny.
I mean, he just told the internet, so. I think it was posted 5 hours ago, and I had like 1,100 upvotes.
Okay, so don't tell anybody else.
You can't expand much more from the internet.
And you guys don't tell anybody else either, okay?
We're just spreading the hate. That's so funny.
I'm sure I really am sure that he didn't mean it with like any malicious intent. He seems like he's like joking. It came off in a joking manner to me.
Yeah.
So I understand why you didn't immediately like see why your female friend maybe would have reacted that way.
Yeah. I'm
like
curious
I said,
to find out what the mom said.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Is that like if that was my husband and my daughter, I would probably be like, don't say that. And then later I'd be like, that was kind of funny. But that was funny, but don't say that again in front of her. We say
some pretty raunchy shit in this house, so.
I know, and I do that too. That sometimes I just have to be like, oh, don't say that. And then later I'm like, that was actually pretty
Don't
funny.
say that at school is what we say. So what's your verdict? I'm interested to hear.
What was the question again?
Okay. Verbatim, it says, am I the asshole for calling my daughter's assorted boyfriends Baskin Robbins?
I just, yeah, was his daughter upset about it, or was it just the friend?
What I said is what we have.
Okay. I mean,
the friend was, so there was no reaction that we got from the initial joke. We only heard the reaction from the
friend.
woman friend.
Yes. Okay. So my initial,
yeah, she got visibly heated, so it was a female.
My initial response is not the asshole, because like I said, I don't feel like it was malicious. If he sounds like one of the like jokey kind of dads, you know, that's how I took it. So I don't think that you're the asshole. However, if your daughter doesn't like it and you keep doing that, then yeah, that's obviously you're the asshole. Fair, yeah. If she was like, oh, Dad, that's funny, or whatever, I don't know.
Is that your 17-year-old voice?
I don't know how you talk to dads. Why does this keep
It always comes back to that. Daddy wasn't there.
Daddy.
Oh, goodness gracious. So, okay, you have a fair point though, that I didn't think about that. If the daughter has an issue with it and you keep telling the joke, that's pretty, I mean, that's pretty malicious, right? That's shitty.
Yeah, if it's just the friend that was like reacting to it and I don't think that makes you the asshole either, because again, she might not know the dynamic that you have with your daughter. Like if your daughter thinks it's funny, then that's the only thing that matters, is the relationship that you have with your daughter. However, I still agree that like maybe just don't tell that joke to other people, because it does paint her in a certain light. It really does. I get the humor in it, but your friend is also right.
It's a good point, because like there's jokes that we tell in the house that if we were to say that in public, it would be seen as a different kind of thing. Yeah,
exactly. But people would be like, what the fuck? And it'd be like, there's like
the relationship
such a backstory.
Yeah, the relationship that we have internally is different than what you're seeing. So I mean, I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
So what's your final verdict?
I say not the asshole, and if your daughter's cool with it, just keep it internal so you don't have to keep explaining yourself.
Okay. The overall Reddit verdict, and this was, I'm being honest, they lit this fucker up.
Really?
They lit him up hard with "You are the asshole," and it was pretty brutal. So I'll read the first one.
Okay.
This is in quotes. But in matters of the heart and actual love, she has no experience because of her age. Yet you're making a joke out of her gaining that sort of experience. What is with this boomer style shit of simultaneously thinking your kids are naive for not having enough life experience, but also demeaning doing shit to gain that experience? You're the asshole. Next one. This says absolutely nothing about the teenage male experience. You're just publicly dragging your daughter. You're the asshole.
Yeah,
that's why I wanted to point that out, because that was
about that part. Yeah.
The next one, I think this is the most gnarliest one that I found. You're the asshole. Dude, you're not a character in Sex and the City. You're not a sitcom dad. Stop with the terrible jokes and one-liners you would only get away with saying in a bad TV show. Your friend was right. You were being incredibly disrespectful regarding your own child while simultaneously implying she's slutty for dating. You are mocking your own child. You are definitely the asshole.
Yeah.
So that was nonstop.
Yeah, obviously, like I said, when you take it in the more serious tone, I definitely agree with it like that. But like I said, if it is in a jokey manner and you guys have that dynamic, then I stand by what I originally said.
I do have two edits, though, I need to add before we continue.
Okay.
But I do agree, and I think, in my opinion, I think, careful here. I think a lot of these people, just again, my opinion, a lot of these people don't have that dynamic. Maybe they're single, or they don't have the best relationship,
like if you
best
guys,
home life, whatever, because I think you have a solid point. I think you hit it right on the head, and I think it's very important. And I think we understand that. We can see that because I would say something like this.
Yeah.
100%.
I know, that's what I was thinking too, is like, it just reminds me of like one time, I remember my mom telling me once that she had a friend that commented to her and was like, why do you let your kids talk to you like that? And blah, blah, blah. My mom was like, that's just how we talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like we joke around, like sometimes there's a little more attitude and blah, blah, blah. But like, that's how we talk to each other. That's
Right.
how we communicate in our home. We're all comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like when you see something from the outside, obviously it can look any kind of way based on what your personal experience is. So that's why I think it's easier for me to have that point of view. So
it makes sense. And we have the same thing in this house. Like we say kind of, I mean, it goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
Jokes and stuff like that, stuff that we wouldn't say outside the house or whatever, right? Or some people outside the house may look at that as weird or whatever. But it's just how we, like you said, that's just like how we talk to each other. We joke around, we have fun, stuff like that. So like, but it's never with like malicious intent. It's never like angry. Like this is, if you were to say this in like an angry tone, that would completely change the dynamic of this entire conversation. But if you're just in a casual conversation and you just say it jokingly and the other party receives it in that same manner, you have, in my opinion, you have a healthy relationship with your daughter or son or whatever.
Yeah, that you're able to like poke fun at each other and stuff like that. That's just how I took it.
And I still can't understand. I mean, I can because Redditors are fucking judgmental as shit. But they lit them up pretty hard, and I was like, this is kind of unnecessary.
I mean, if you're there, like I said, if you're there for like it's a more serious tone for how they clearly took it, then yeah, I get it. Yeah. But I just didn't take it that way. So that's why I just didn't have the same reaction.
Which I think is fair. Yeah, exactly. So let's get into the edits. The first one is, this is from OP, obviously. Thank you to those who gave genuine advice and DMs. This helped me see things in a different light that my brain honestly never considered. Yes, the joke will be stopping. And yes, a more concerted effort, I think, will be made to retain names. And thank you for reminding me just how many weird people are on this site. To the dude who is jumping into every comment pointing out that she's technically my stepdaughter, you're freaking weird. Stop being weird and get help. Edit number 2.
Yeah, that is
Man,
weird.
I forgot how Redditors can just make up entire life stories and biographies from a post/comment history for a Reddit account I barely use. Laugh my ass off. Y'all need some better hobbies. At least I can admit my failings and work on them. Way too many of you, and this is what I wanted to point out, way too many of you are on some bizarre crusade to demonize everyone. And I think that's a pretty common thing on Reddit, right? I love the stories and stuff like that, but like, and I love covering them and talking about them. But like, there are a lot of people, and I bring this up in a lot of episodes, there are a lot of people that jump to the most drastic fucking thing possible.
Yeah.
But my argument every single time is that if you were to be put, guarantee it, 90% of these fucking people, if you were to be put in that scenario, you would not have that same opinion. You are just being a judgmental fuck. Right? And you're just from the outside. And just like these people, this could have been a very innocent thing and everybody's just jumping down your throat. But like if you, like, you know, if you were in that that same scenario and you were having that conversation with your daughter or son or whatever, and it wasn't malicious at all, it was just a casual joking conversation and both parties took it that way, there's no reason to jump down this fucking guy's throat.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why, I don't know. So I guess I've just tried to take more of a lighthearted approach to things, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wish more people would.
Yeah.
Because it was like scrolling through it, this guy was getting lit up. And I was like, it's not that serious. But apparently it was.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if your daughter's upset about it, then obviously stop doing it.
Yeah.
And if she's okay with it, then maybe just stop telling that joke to other people. Stop saying it outside the house.
That's a great one because I don't think I mean, I didn't read all of them, obviously, but I didn't see anybody say that. And that's a great point.
I don't know. That's my little piece of advice, Ivy. Yeah.
See, that's pretty friendly. And a lot of people, most people were not friendly.
Oh, well, I'm known to be a pretty friendly person.
Well, sometimes. All right, time for maybe it's not that bad. This one is about something that most people hate, but you actually don't mind or you think wouldn't be that bad. And we're back to our theme. So this week we got random summer messes, the house becoming chaotic, kids wanting to play games with parents all day, parents counting down until school starts up again.
Yes.
Maybe it's not that bad.
Are we going down the line again?
Sure. The first one was random summer messes.
What does that mean?
Random summer messes?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like a messy house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't feel that's not like really an issue, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's more of an issue for me than you.
Well, because we also like clean up every day too. So like if there is a mess throughout the day, sometimes I'm just like, we'll get to it.
That's
later.
what I mean. Yeah. Obviously not like dragging on to the next day because we'll clean it up. But yeah, just like
I don't know. I mean, I just have always seen like the mess in our house for like within reason, obviously. It's just like people live here.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just people live here. That's why it looks like this.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
The example that I have is maybe it's not that bad because messy houses usually mean kids are actually having fun.
Exactly. I'm like, well, sometimes when I see like toys and stuff laying around, there's definitely times when I'm like, clean this shit up. But then there are other times when like, you know, you almost have that moment where you have to be like, one day there's not going to be toys all over the floor.
That's true.
So like,
that's a good point.
let me just let them stay there.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit.
And if they're having fun with it, like,
okay.
I think the difference for me is like if it's like food and drinks and all that kind of shit, that's what kind of like that. I don't like that.
Those are the ones that I'm quick to get on them about. But like toys,
like all of a sudden you walk downstairs and there's a fucking huge mess and it's all just like empty wrappers and shit. Like no,
oh,
absolutely
as soon as
not.
I see that, I'm like, clean your shit up.
But like toys and stuff, I would say it's not that bad.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me that much, honestly. Because also, like I said, we clean up before we go up for bed. So I know that like it's going to get cleaned up eventually at some point in the day. So I'm not that concerned.
Especially during summer. Like they're there all day. Just
I'm like, what is the purpose of me walking around telling you to clean up every 2 fucking seconds? And that takes so much more time out of my day.
It's just going to happen again.
Yeah, than for me to just let it happen and we clean up once at night. Go floor by floor, clean everything up, and then everybody goes to bed.
Yeah.
Good.
That's true.
Yeah. Like
what about the house becoming chaotic?
Sometimes it's a little overwhelming, but I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
I don't mind it because at least then I know like where everybody is, I guess.
That's
I don't have to leave to like go pick them up at school or something.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
I feel like if they're home, like so say summer obviously, right?
Yeah.
And it's quiet,
I get a little
something
concerned.
to be worried
Sometimes
about.
I'll like tiptoe around the
Like,
house
wait.
trying to figure out where they're at.
What are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's almost like you had said, at least you know, like.
At least I know where everyone's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Exactly.
okay.
About kids wanting to play games with parents all day.
I have to put a time limit on it every time. I always have to put a time limit on it. So like a big one that we'll do is if we play like Overcooked, then I'll say like, okay, we have an hour or something. Or if we're doing like the crash challenges or something like that or whatever, you know, I'll be like, okay, I have this much time. What games do you want to play or something like that? And then we'll kind of decide from there. But
That's
yeah,
fair.
I don't give them all day. I don't know. I don't have all
Yeah.
day to play video. I don't want to play video games.
I think
all day either.
what I meant, that's a good point though. What I
Yeah.
meant though was like the concept of it though, more than what you would do to react to it. So like that was a really good point though. You have to put a time limit on it. Or
Yes,
they're just
I
going to
always put a time limit on it. Sometimes I'll even set an alarm.
The concept though was really what I was talking about. And kids wanting to play games with parents all day, it's maybe it's not that bad because that means they like spending time with you. That's kind of where I was at because like if the kids are home all day and they don't talk to you all day and they don't have to play games or anything like that, that should be kind of worrisome.
That should be concerning.
Yeah, it should be concerning. Because like that means they really
probably don't want you to be home.
Either they don't like you or they don't like being home, and that kind of branches off the conversation we've had off the mic quite a bit. Is like the fact that our kids like to be home speaks volumes because like at that age, I didn't want to fucking be home.
I was never home.
Exactly. Right. I didn't like home at all. So like the fact that they like it, I think speaks volumes, you know what I mean? Cause like they're actually like, this is the happy place.
Exactly.
You know?
That's why sometimes I don't complain too much when they're home because I'm like, well, you like being here. Like, I mean, I wanted to make it your home. It's a cozy place. Like it's not like this is my house. Like we'll joke around and be like, this is my house, but really like this is your home. You live here. I want you to grow up here and like You know,
be happy
feel comfortable in every room of this house, not just your room.
Exactly. That's another thing too, is like, if I was home, I was always in my room.
Yeah.
It wasn't great, right?
Yeah,
Didn't like it. I
exactly.
wasn't happy, whatever. The fact that they can just not only want to be home, but also like want to be out and about and ask to play games and all that. That's why it's not so bad to me, even though, yes, you do have to put restrictions on it. I fully acknowledge that. But I think the overall concept is not that bad.
No, and like I always think it's funny when I see the videos too of people and they're like, I think it's like a voiceover that, or it's like been turned into a sound, but it's always like a parent and their kids are like right here. Or like they're sitting on them, or they're like jumping around, or something like that. And the voiceover, it's something along the lines of like, millennials are a bunch of bedroom kids raising living room kids, and we don't fucking know how to handle it. Because like we were always just like in our rooms and alone, and now our kids are like everywhere that we are, and we're like, why do you like me so much? Why are you here? But at the same time, like, I'm glad that you're here.
That's a great thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you go from like, why do you want to be around me all the time? You know, and then it's like, well, that's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a healthy household. That's what you're not used to.
Yeah, but those videos just always crack me up and stuff. God, that like, I don't know. It's just always funny because it's always a parent. And it's always a kid that's like smushed up on them. And they're just like, the phone right here. And they're just like, I just want to fucking lay in my bed. And my kids will not stay out. They want to be living room kids, so I gave them the living room. But now they're with me too. So like, no matter where I go, they're where I am. And like, I just think it's funny.
That's funny. What about parents counting down until school starts?
I'm definitely one of them, especially towards August. Yeah, I think because by that time, everybody's starting to get sick of everybody, and everybody's starting to nitpick a little bit more. Everybody's getting irritated a little bit faster.
Okay.
And I'm like, it's getting right about time when you guys need to start spending 8 hours apart again.
That's funny.
We all need to start spending 8 hours apart again.
That's funny.
Yeah.
The example that I have is maybe it's not that bad because loving your kids and needing a break can both be true.
Absolutely.
2 things can be true.
And as a fully present mother, that's why I never feel bad when I say, fuck them kids. Yes. I've earned the right to say that. And I say it as often as I can.
Oh,
that's a lie.
So
I really
funny.
don't.
Yeah. But time for the feel good for the week, because it's important to know that there's still good shit happening in the world. So this story is titled, Hero British Cop Saves Life of American Officer While on Holiday in Nashville. A British policeman has been hailed as a hero after helping to save the life of an American officer while on holiday in Nashville. Off-duty Sergeant Taylor Johansson had just arrived in the Tennessee city where he saw local officer Peter Kinsey being assaulted by a man on the side of the road. The officer from Ashford, Kent, was driving down the I-440 exit ramp at around 8 p.m. on May 7th in his rented Jeep Wrangler and immediately stopped to help. He says that the American officer was being assaulted by a 43-year-old pedestrian who even managed to grab the officer's gun and fire a round while it was still holstered. Rushing into action, the Brit tackled the suspect and managed to keep him restrained until Officer Kinsey was able to taser and handcuff him. We had been out of the airport for about 10 minutes, said the 34-year-old Englishman. As I was driving on the exit ramp, I saw the police car parked up and could see 2 people fighting on the floor. I stopped my car to see what was going on. The suspect was on top of the officer and was headbutting him, punching him, and biting him.
Jesus.
He decided to jump on top of him and was able to pull him off and hold him down while his girlfriend, Emily, who is also a constable in England, called the local police and asked for backup. I hadn't really thought about it, to be honest. It was only really afterwards when I realized the gravity of what was going on, Sergeant Johansson told SWNS News. Natural instinct kicked in that fight or flight. Officer Kinsey reported he saw the pedestrian walking along the exit ramp and went to check on him after his commands to stop were ignored. But as he approached, the stranger started to attack him, pinning the cop face down for around 6 minutes in the traumatic ordeal. Body cam footage shows the tense struggle before Sergeant Johansson, who works in the community safety unit with the Kent Police, runs in asking, "Are you okay?" And Kinsey has credited Sergeant Johansson with saving his life. It is probably the closest near-death experience I can say I have had, and probably the most traumatic. It's very scary. I knew he was going for my gun. The thoughts going through my head was he's not getting my gun away from me, and I'm just going to have to hang on. The English couple were visiting the city on a 6-day trip to see Johannes' sister and some of the local attractions. This was supposed to be a relaxing holiday away from my children, but it started off quite the opposite. He says that they pulled over for a few minutes shortly before the incident to put some music on, and if this hadn't happened, he wouldn't have seen the struggle.
Wow.
It's a bit like divine intervention. It was definitely the right place at the right time, and I'm glad it was me. Everyone was just driving past. That's the most American shit I've ever heard. 6 minutes in that situation is horrendous. It is a long time. If I had driven away and the officer had died, I don't think I would be able to forgive myself. He was then invited to the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department station to meet the officers, including Police Chief John Drake and Officer Kinsey and his wife. The department gifted him challenge coins, a police blanket, and he is being sent an engraved watch, which usually goes to officers who have served 30 years.
Wow.
Just as a special thank you. Our police department is beyond grateful to Sergeant Johansson for stopping to assist Officer Kinsey and actively engaging to subdue the man who was assaulting him, said Chief John Drake of the Nashville Police Department. The suspect had already managed to get his finger into the trigger guard and fire a round from the officer's holstered pistol. He miraculously appeared when Officer Kinsey needed help. I believe he likely saved our officer's life. The Kent officer of 9 years has since returned home a hero and is remaining in touch with some of his new officer pals. You are a police officer all the time, whether you are on holiday or not. Everybody has been so kind. I was blown away when I went to the police station. They were so lovely. I think I've got a few free dinners in the works next time I go out there.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, that's why you work in pairs.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't
first,
have.
Then teamwork.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't. I mean, some cops don't though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like that should just
yeah.
be standard protocol. You shouldn't have to rely on civilians to help in that situation. Because I'm sorry, kudos to you, but that's another cop helping. But you were saying that it's the most American shit. If I see a cop struggling with somebody, I'm not stepping in. I'm not trained for that.
I guess.
If I get shot, what are you going to fucking do about it? Probably nothing. You're going to continue doing what you got to do. Like, you're covered in that situation. I'm not stepping in to help you.
I mean, I'm definitely glad he did something though.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's good that that's probably why, because it was another police officer, and also didn't think about how the grave circumstances, because people aren't just walking around with guns like that overseas. Yeah. I don't even think their police officers are carrying guns. So
I don't know about this one.
Yeah. Maybe. So, but that's what I'm saying. That's probably why you didn't think about that. So me and my American brain, I would hesitate to fucking step in on that too. He's clearly wrestling with somebody who was mentally unstable. We could have both got shot.
I guess it depends on the scenario. If there's a bunch of cars passing, if multiple cars stop to try to help this cop, then there's numbers.
I mean, but clearly nobody else was stopping. But that's why I'm saying is that you see, as a civilian, if I see a cop in a struggle with somebody else, I'm like, that's probably not my business. I'm not going to go and be like, everything okay here? So I could possibly be putting myself in a bad situation.
Not to get too far into the story. I don't want to get into that, but I think that's the wrong answer, because you should at least stop and call. I think passing by when this is happening is the completely wrong answer, and I think it's a very Americanized thing. But
if you don't see that he has it, I'm talking about for the people that didn't see him pinned down, if it was just a struggle or whatever, if it looks like a standard, they're being on patrol or something like that. I feel like it's common knowledge that if you try and intervene in any way, they tend to get aggressive with you. because of that.
I suppose.
So that's why I understand why people wouldn't jump in to help out, is what I'm saying.
Interesting.
I get it.
Yeah, that's dark.
Well, I don't have a hero complex either. So.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, I'm definitely glad this guy stepped in and helped this guy because it saved his life. He's married to.
That's definitely
might
good.
have kids,
Yeah, no, I'm happy that it worked out that way. I
but
just
it's
don't
crazy.
think it's fair to try and villainize civilians for not stepping in.
I think people should stop and try to call or do something. But I guess we don't know the exact scenario. If it was just like 1 or 2 cars that passed and they didn't actually see what was going on, it's dark, it's 8 p.m., maybe that's the case.
Yeah.
But if you're on the side of like an interstate and people are just passing, watching this happen, that is the wrong fucking answer.
Yeah,
but we don't know that. We don't know. I don't know anything about I-440. I don't know what the hell that is.
I don't know
either.
either.
But anyways, one thing.
That's still a good. I'm glad that it
One
happened.
thing that was wild to me about this story was stopping for the music. Where was that part?
Yeah, that they
That's
stopped
insane.
for the music, and if they hadn't done that, then they would have missed the whole thing.
I don't even quite understand why you stop to play music.
If you're in a rental car and you don't know how it's working, you want to see what you're doing without driving at the same time.
Well, no,
I do that when I have a rental car.
No, there's a passenger.
I guess
girlfriend's
even
with him.
still.
But yeah, so maybe that was it, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that happened.
Yeah, everything kind of lined up the way that it was supposed to in order for it to work out well.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm glad that nobody died.
That's the kind of shit where like the stars aligned for this scenario. You know what I mean? That's wild.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, we want to let everybody know we want to hear from you, whether you agree, disagree, have some topic requests, or maybe have your own Am I the Asshole or even a feel-good story. We want to hear about it. So feel free to drop a comment, send us a direct message, or email us. All of our links and information is available at our website, which is therantingpodcast.com. Anything you want to add before we wrap up?
I don't think so.
Yeah? Did you like this one?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
This is
Did you like my
too.
summer theme?
Is that a summer theme? Oh, okay. I like it. I think you're cute.
We can cut this out.
Oh, okay. I think of like summer colors as like, I don't know, bright. You're wearing black.
I'm wearing pink and I did my makeup.
Okay. I think you look cute.
All right, just end the
Okay. All right, that's it for us. If you like the show, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see everyone next week.
Yay.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.